what is up, Discovery Student Ministries? Hey, we aren't going to waste any time today. We're going to jump right into it. It's game time. Nathan, you ready? Today's game. It's called Best Friends Trivia.
I know. I like that it looks like Toy Story.
It's totally like Toy Story. We're going to be talking about best friends today in the lesson right after this in your small group. So we thought a game about best friends would be great. So here's how it's going to work. We have to determine which of these famous best friends said the movie quote that's on the screen. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to see a group of best friends and we're going to see a quote and we have to determine which one of those two characters said it.
All right, before we get started, when you guys are playing right now in your group, what I want you to do is after the game is over, now I know maybe some of you have paused the video so you're not with the other group. I'm not worried about the timing of it, but each group leader, when you guys are done with this, post in the chat of this video. You have to pull out your phone real quick. Leaders only. Students, don't be pulling out your phones.
Unless it's for the Bible app.
That's allowed. Wait, no, you're down.
Yeah.
But leaders, go post real quick who in your group won, because I'm curious to see who's winning each week.
Love it.
All right.
I just ate a strawberry Sour Patch Kid.
I know.
Sorry.
I want to go get more, but they're far away.
Okay, here we go. Question one, or quote one, I guess.
Quote one. Who said it?
You're a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
Okay, well, are these all Toy Story related?
I don't know. I don't know. Probably not.
So are we going to how are we going to do this? Like thumbs up, thumbs down? But that implies like good and bad.
Right. So let's do
left or right. We need like one or two.
Yeah. Buzz is one. Woody is two.
So it's the first one or the second one. If these are all going to be two choices.
You're a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity, man.
I got it. I'm ready.
All right. I'm ready to. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's Buzz.
Yeah.
You're a sad, strange little man. You have my pity.
So sad. Hey, we just got a point. Yeah. Yep. All right, here we go. Who said it? Hands down, This is the best day of my life, and quite possibly the last. Was it Olaf number 1 or Anna number 2? Do you say Anna or Anna? Because doesn't she say Anna?
Anna.
But doesn't she say Anna?
Anna.
Yeah, because she's from
she's from Norwegian.
That place where
Norway.
Anna lives. She's from Norwegian land.
She's from Norwegia. All right, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Are these all Disney? Because if so, I'm excited.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm hoping. All right,
yeah,
cool. Well,
I mean, it's owned by Disney, so I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm going. Oh, it was Bucky. I couldn't remember for sure.
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
This has been too many of the first in a row, and so I thought they were switching up. Darn it. That was dumb of me.
Who said it?
Wait a minute, really?
Can you guys do a Chewbacca sound? Like, go ahead, do it real quick. Wherever you are, whatever group you're in, just give me some Chewbacca action.
Everybody Chewbacca.
All right, that's enough. Okay, ready?
Spoilers, it's going to be Han.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it is Han! Oh, how is that? How are you supposed
because
to
that's
know?
If it was Chewbacca, he'd have the L's.
No, that's dumb.
I just assumed.
I cry foul.
All the others were number 1.
That's
spelled out grrr. It looks like it's spelled wrong. That is not how Chewbacca sounds.
I cry foul.
He is just sad that he's losing everything.
Down by 2.
Down by 2. Man. All right.
Gonna have to do that dumb Matt wins video again.
We're a team. Nothing means more to me than our friendship. Wait, I said this to you yesterday, Nathan.
It doesn't say Nathan or Matt, though.
Wait, if Sully and Mike were Nathan and Matt, who'd be who?
I would definitely be Mike Wazowski.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Wait, so I'm the big hairy dude?
Yeah. Well, he's more like the jock, so it makes sense.
Oh, because I'm a little more sporty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which one says it?
I know who says it.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't actually know which one of the two. I don't know which one of the two says it.
Every time I hear the name Mike Wazowski, I just go to,
Wazowski.
I'm watching you, Wazowski.
Goodness.
Always
hang
watching you.
Hang on. We're a team. All right, I'm going to just guess. I don't know which one of the two says it.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm guessing Mike. Okay, good. I don't want to get further behind.
I know. You need me to get some wrong.
Yeah.
Ooh. We should probably stop staring before it gets creepy, though.
Peter or Ned?
I have some thoughts, but like I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to potentially influence others. All right, I think I know who I'm going to guess.
Oh, I know what. Now I remember the scene. It just popped into my head.
Right, I just can't remember which one of them says it in that scene.
Okay, I've got to guess.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So I'm going.
Oh, we were both wrong.
Oh.
I thought Ned said we should, because weren't they staring at
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny.
Hey, this is not Disney or Disney.
Oh, we finally got out of it. Okay.
Only a true friend would say something that cruelly honest.
Got it.
Wow, you had that one quick.
Yeah,
I think
I
I've
like this
seen
movie.
the whole of Shrek once.
Really?
Yeah,
It's really good.
I've seen parts of it outside of that, but okay. I think this one said that to that one because that one said something else. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Yep.
Yes.
That's where I'm going. Yep.
Did Shrek say something
Donkey.
cruelly honest
Yeah.
to? Yeah, that's what I was
Exactly.
thinking. Donkey said
Yep.
that to Shrek. Okay. Oh, we're in
Get
friends.
me. If you get me, you kill me.
If you
I
didn't
might have
get
said it
me-
with too much inflection. Sorry.
No, you didn't get me. If you get me, you
No,
kill
you
me.
didn't get me. If you get me, you kill me.
All right.
I love this. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Joey is like drilling to like build this bookshelf, and he comes through the wall right next to Chandler's head, and he goes, "Yeah." And Joey goes, "Oh, sorry, did I get you?" And he goes, "No, you get me. If you get me,
Yeah,
you
that's funny.
kill me."
That's funny.
So funny. I want to be a dirty Dan.
There's no I want to be Dirty Dan.
I want to be Dirty Dan. All right, my kids should be able to guess this one because they love SpongeBob.
I do not love SpongeBob.
Always fun. All right, so is it? I want to be Dirty Dan. Yeah. Or I want to be Dirty Dan.
Is that their
Those
voices?
are their voices.
Okay.
My best impression.
Oh my
That's how
goodness.
SpongeBob talks.
I don't like that at all. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna guess on this one. I have nothing. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Curses.
I was just listening to your voices, and it felt right with the voice.
I want to be Dirty Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you actually gave that to me.
Oh, good.
Wow, thank you. Oh man, this is from The Office.
Or Jim. He has gone from completely hopeless
Oh
to
man, simply miserable.
miserable.
He's gone from completely hopeless to simply miserable.
Oh, I know what this is. Yep, I got the scene.
You know the scene.
I've got the.
Oh no.
I've got the actor. I've got the context. They're playing table tennis, ping pong. I'm down by 3 right now, so even if I get in, you're gonna win, I think. But are you ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Hey.
Dwight says it. Teaching Jim how to play ping pong.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, we don't need the tiebreaker,
No, but they
maybe
might.
you do.
Yeah, you guys might. I
You
already
might
won.
need it.
I
You-
dominated. Like this wasn't even close. I got 1 wrong. Nathan got like 4 wrong. This is awesome. What
But
a
if
day,
I
you
get
guys.
this, we tie. That's what tiebreaker means.
Tie maker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tie maker.
If you're in a
miracle
tie,
worker.
yeah. If you're in a tie, this is a breaker. If you're not in a tie, this is a maker.
I love it. But I have to get it right, and you have to miss it for that to count.
Okay. This is just like Budapest all over
all
again.
over again. Ooh.
Done. I know.
I know the scene. Okay. I think.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's
You and I remember Budapest quite differently.
That's right.
Yeah.
So no,
said
Matt,
I like double.
You double dog win.
double from In-N-Out. Let's go.
All right, let's all head to In-N-Out.
All right, we'll be right back.
Watch him make it, break it down.
All right, guys, welcome back. Hey, Nathan is sticking around with me this week. Last week, if you noticed, after game time, he bailed on me, but he's sticking around. It's going to be awesome. Hey, so we're on week 2 of this series, right? Last week, we looked at this idea of what biblical community is, how it changes our lives. And this week, we're going to talk about friendships. Now, I want you to think about maybe a friendship that you've had in your life that things maybe went the wrong way. It turned sour. Maybe it's because like you had a toy, and I'm not necessarily speaking from personal experience, but maybe you had a toy and it was the toy that you just did not share. And one of your friends was over at your house one day and he went straight to that toy and grabbed it. Needless to say, I was never friends with that person again and didn't invite him over again. I mean, not a personal story. Maybe you, if that happened to you, you weren't friends with them anymore.
So wait, when this happened, were you... It sounds like you were maybe like 5 years old.
I was totally...
Or were you like a junior in high school?
It was last year.
This was actually, I went into his office.
Nathan came over and stole something from my office and I cried. No, it was really dumb. What happened? It was, I was like 5 or 6 years old. It was silly. I don't even remember the toy. It might have been a Ghostbusters car.
Well, then that was worth the friendship.
Over. Maybe you've had more serious things though, right? Especially middle school and high school. I know sometimes our friendships kind of change a little bit and things look a little bit different. And maybe it's the person that you have a little bit of a crush on. Well, your best friend, or at least you thought it was your best friend at the time, also decided to have a crush on the same person and expressed that crushness first.
You really decide to have a crush on someone?
Yeah, I can choose who I like, right?
No.
Love is a choice, bro.
You can, no, you're attracted. When you're attracted to somebody,
That's
you just
fair.
feel it in your soul.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying, you can then choose whether or not to act on that.
right.
crush.
I'm just saying, I liked her first and I told him. And then he was
Okay,
like,
so
oh, yeah,
another,
I like her too.
Another not real story. That
For
was
you?
a
For
real
me?
story. No, I'm saying.
No, that one straight up
this
was real. It happened to me. That's right. Whatever.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm over it. I don't talk to him
I
anymore
don't know
either.
if you're over this. We might need to call this guy up and like repair the relationship.
I don't have contact with him anymore. This is in middle school.
Wow.
Yeah. We should move on.
Let's
move on quickly from that.
Okay.
I'll go to some counseling for this stuff.
I'll call him up. Do you know his name still at least?
I'm not. No, I said we're moving on. Okay, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to think about your friends. Specifically, let's move our friend focus to those you have here at church, maybe in your small group, maybe not in your small group. I don't know, but think about Christian friends that you have that you get to spend a lot of time together. Nathan, I'm gonna use a phrase that you don't love, but like we do life together, right? It's this deep, godly friendship. And these types of friendships, they're vital to building like the strength of our community, which is what we kind of talked about last week.
Right.
So I'm excited because today we're going to look at 2 best friends from the Bible. One of my favorite group of people. No, we're looking at Jonathan and David.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So what's going on is the Israelites, they were insisting on having a human king to lead them over and over again instead of following God. And so at this point in time, King Saul, Israel's first human king, Jonathan's his son. And so David then comes into the scene. He's this young dude. He stands up for Israel, for God's people. He bravely fights and kills Goliath, the giant. And right after that happened is where we're going to pick up David and Jonathan's story of friendship. Like, Nathan, have you ever met someone and immediately thought, man, I could be good friends with this person?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happened with Jonathan and David. So we're going to read 1 Samuel 18, verse 1.
All right. 1 Samuel 18:1 says this. After David had finished talking with Saul, he met Jonathan, the king's son. There was an immediate bond between them, for Jonathan loved David.
So friendship started immediately.
This might be one of those times in which, like, using, like, all right, this is Old Testament. So what are the Hebrew words for love? Because when we say Jonathan loved David, I think people's minds go a lot of different ways.
Right.
But we're talking about, like, friendship.
Yes.
Deep bond,
friendship.
Brotherly, friendly love.
Is that chesed?
Chesed?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I know my Greek love's better than my
Hebrew loves,
but we'll put the correct form of love right here. That's the word you're talking about. But yeah, it's that deep friendship one, right? And like, this is chapters and chapters worth of a friendship, and we're not going to get into it all this morning. So basically, David and his courage up against Goliath, Jonathan saw that and was amazed by it. And actually, he wasn't the only one amazed, because David gained a lot of popularity after he defeated Goliath, except with King Saul. King Saul was threatened by David. He was worried that David's fame was going to like usurp King Saul. And so he had decided to kill David. Now, Jonathan is Saul's son. David is Jonathan's best friend. Saul wants to kill David. So Jonathan's dad wants to kill Jonathan's best friend. So there's this conflict that's going on right there.
I'll say.
Yeah. Like, every friendship has its drama, but this is maybe a little bit bigger than some of the drama you're used to.
Yeah.
And so as the king's son, like, Jonathan's next in line to become king.
Right.
But David's growing popularity made him like the people's choice, right? He was getting the People's Choice Award for king.
Perfect.
Now, Jonathan, again, he didn't view David as like a rival. He didn't allow like ambition to become king to get in the way. He was committed to his friendship. And so King Saul wanted to kill David, but Jonathan stands up for David and tries to convince his father not to harm him. So we're going to pick up on where there's like some secret meetings between Jonathan and David on how to maybe deal with this situation. So if you want to read from 1 Samuel 19.
All right. 1 Samuel 19, 1-3 says this. Saul now urged his servants and his son Jonathan to assassinate David.
Love it.
That's amazing. That's real fun. But Jonathan, because of his strong affection for David, told him what his father was planning. Tomorrow morning, he warned him, you must find a hiding place out in the fields. I'll ask my father to go out there with me, and I'll talk to him about you. Then I'll tell you everything I can find out.
Nice. So obviously Jonathan heard of this plot from his dad, but he wasn't going to let it happen. So he was continuing to like intervene and help protect David.
Yeah.
But Daddy Saul flew into this like fit of rage, right? And he actually tried to kill Jonathan too. So let's look at 1 Samuel 20.
All right, and 32-33. But why should he be put to death? Jonathan asked his father. What has he done? Then Saul hurled his spear at Jonathan, intending to kill him. So at last, Jonathan realized that his father was really determined to kill David. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
at last.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So Saul calls Jonathan and all these people. He's like, we got to get ready to assassinate David. And he's the king. He can say something like this. And Jonathan's like, well, let's be sure. It wasn't until the javelin got hurled at his head that he's like, all right, he might be serious about this.
Yeah. Which
awesome.
is interesting because they had those meetings. They talked about it. But so they have another meeting, Jonathan and David, before David's like escape. And so we see like this next level depth of friendship that Jonathan and David have with each other. They had to say their goodbyes. They cried together. It's in 1 Samuel chapter 20, if you want to read that for us.
David came out from where he had been hiding near the stone pile. Then David bowed 3 times to Jonathan with his face to the ground. Both of them were in tears as they embraced each other and said goodbye, especially David.
Love it. So this is obviously a quick explanation of like a deep biblical friendship. If you have time, read 1 Samuel chapters 18-20 on your own, because there's a lot more that happens in this relationship with them. But basically, this friendship is about like trust and loyalty and standing up for each other, even when circumstances get difficult, even when like life gets thrown at you or death, right? When you're facing death, they still stood up for each other. And honestly, like as I read through this, it illustrates how meaningful relationships are and how good it is to have what we would call like best friends. Yeah. I know sometimes like, oh, you're not supposed to play favorites, but I think this is a good biblical example of you need that best friend or best friends in your life, right?
Right.
To help us like live in community during those challenging times, to encourage one another. We talked about last week, spurring one another on towards love and good deeds. So 3 things stood out for me. I'm a preacher, and so I always have 3 points.
We always find the 3
as a
points.
Baptist preacher, right?
Why did that come about? That's the way we always do sermons. We always break it down into 3 points because 3 is a good number.
Yeah, but I had 4, but I deleted one because it was too many. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you want to know the secret 4th point, find me and I will share it with you.
Perfect.
Okay, so first thing that stands out to me is that strong friendships look out for each other's best interests, right? Like we saw with Jonathan and David, how they cared for each other over their care for themselves, right? Like they were looking out for each other. Jonathan warned David and saved David. Jonathan, his own life was in danger because of how he was standing up for David. And so just this really cool picture of looking out for other people in the midst of it. And actually, years later, we see even after Saul and Jonathan have both been killed in battle, David becomes king and shows us still how much he valued that friendship with Jonathan. So this is in 2 Samuel chapter 9.
Yeah, we're going to be saying a name a lot. If you're reading along, this name is Mephibosheth, which that's a mouthful. Why did Jonathan name his son Mephibosheth? And his name was Jonathan.
Right.
Now, this is probably, we've like done an American version of Jonathan and David, and those weren't their Hebrew names, but we have no American English equivalent to Mephibosheth. And so really, they all would have had hard to say names.
Bo.
Yep. Like B-E-A-U?
No, just B-O.
Oh.
6th grade boys, I'm looking at you.
I was going to say it. All right.
I'm so sorry.
2 Samuel chapter 9. His name was Mephibosheth. He was Jonathan's son and Saul's grandson. When he came to David, he bowed low to the ground in deep respect. David said, "Greetings, Mephibosheth." Mephibosheth replied, "I am your servant. I'm sorry, guys, I can't speak. "Don't be afraid," David said. "I intend to show kindness to you because of my promise to your father, Jonathan. I will give you all the property that once belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will eat here with me at the king's table, Mephibosheth."
I love that because not just you struggling over words, but David said, "I intend to show you kindness because of my promise to your father," right? Yeah. Like the depth of his friendship with Jonathan, long after Jonathan was dead, he continued to show that kindness and that relationship and looking out for each other's best interests. Because now that Jonathan's dead, his best interest is in his heirs, his children. And so just, man, like this is the kind of friendship like I want for myself and I want for you guys is one where you're looking out for each other.
What happened to Jonathan?
Oh, that's a whole nother lesson.
My goodness.
All right, we'll get into that later. All right, number 2. Strong friendships offer real help, right? Like Jonathan didn't just go to David and say, "Hey, David, my dad's going to try and kill you. Good luck." Right? Like he offered real and practical help. Check this out. 1 Samuel chapter 20.
"I will," and I'm assuming this is Jonathan talking, "I will come out and shoot 3 arrows to the side of the stone pile as though I were shooting at a target. Then I will send a boy to bring the arrows back. If you hear me tell him, 'They're on this side,' then you will know, as surely as the Lord lives, that all is well and there is no trouble. But if I tell him, 'Go farther, the arrows are still ahead of you,' then it will mean that you must leave immediately, for the Lord is sending you away."
Yeah, so David didn't just say, hey, Jonathan didn't just say, "Hey, David, like you're going to potentially be killed," right? He gave this practical help. Our help today might not look quite like that. We're not launching arrows.
No, but they didn't have like cell phones to text each other.
Right.
So this was the best way to do it.
And so like a good friend gives of their time and energy and resources to actually be there for a friend, right? And it might be going over to someone's house or like FaceTiming them to cheer them up if something's gone wrong, writing them a note of encouragement, bringing them food, right? Like food is a great love language for a lot of people. Yeah, I was going to say everyone in this room right now, that's why, you know, we have snacks at small groups because like that's a love language for us, I think.
So good.
Right. Like offering those of you that can drive people, offering rides when they can't drive somewhere or don't have a car, right? Like deep friendships involve serving one another, right? Actually rolling up your sleeves, getting your hands a little bit dirty, helping them, not just saying, oh man, I'm sorry that happened to you, right? There's practical help that comes with really strong friendships. And finally, strong friendships stand up for each other and defend each other. Remember when King Saul was like throwing his spear at Jonathan? We didn't read this first thing, or we did, but like let's just read right before that. Right before he throws the spear, what does he say?
He says, as long as that son of Jesse is alive, you'll never be king. Now go and get him so I can kill him.
So Saul is talking to Jonathan about David, the son of Jesse, right? So as long as David's alive, you, Jonathan, will never get to be king. Like, okay, Saul had some anger issues, right? He got mad at his son and expected his son to go out and capture his best friend, David. But instead of that, he stood up for David. He defended him. He did what was right, even at a very significant personal cost. And I think that's something that's hard for a lot of us to do because we get so wrapped up and caught up in like our own just self-interest that we neglect to put that on the line for someone else's well-being, even our closest friends. And so just some really cool pictures of like what friendship can and should be. And I think like if we're honest with ourselves, we probably all want that type of friendship. We want something that at least maybe slightly resembles the friendship that Jonathan and David had outside of the threat of death in our life on a regular basis.
And, you know,
like imagine like your community, what that would look like if we had these types of godly relationships among us. Like what would it take for you to get those? Right. And I think there's a few things that we can do maybe in the coming weeks to help kind of build that up. And the first thing is you have to choose what type of friend you want to be.
Right? Well, like it starts with yourself, not expecting everybody else.
Exactly. I can't wait for Nathan to be this friend to me. If I want that type of friendship, I have to decide, well, what type of friend do I want to be? And then I do it. Right. So I think through Jonathan and David's life, what are some characteristics from that? What about other people who I've seen their relationship and I value their friendship and what that looks like what matters. And then you start being that person, right? You focus on developing that in your own life. Second thing is you offer real help beyond words. I know we kind of talked about that when we said strong friendships offer help, but like you have to do it. It's not enough to just say, oh man, I'm here for you. Like prove it, right? Like do something. So what opportunities could you pursue that would provide a friend with like the support and encouragement they need? And then finally, number 3, because it's always in groups of 3, you have to pray for meaningful friendships. Like prayer is this powerful act that connects us with God, right? It's not just something that we do to check it off on a box. It actually develops connection between us and God. It's us inviting God's guidance into our lives. It transforms us, right? Like we need his help to build these lasting, faithful friendships. And so pray that God would give you those and give you those opportunities and help you to be the friend that you're supposed to be. All right, let's make it really practical as they are about to head into their small groups, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You guys, I know most of you enjoy your friendships here at DSM, right? Like that's why a lot of you are coming. That's why a lot of you are distracted right now, goofing off with the person next to you. I'm looking at you 7th to 9th grade boys. It's just my experience from last week alone that I'm bringing into this week. Yeah.
I like it.
And honestly, you guys could spend the next several years like coming to youth group and hanging out with each other, assuming that that's what Jesus wants for you. But like, don't you think that Jesus wants something more profound, more powerful than that in your friendships for you? Like more than just coming and hanging out and goofing off?
Yeah.
Like I do. I really think that Jesus wants more than that for you. He wants you to have those Jonathan and David friendships. So it's more than, hey, let's go to church together. It's, man, let's like find ways to level up our friendship, right?
Nice. I like that.
Find ways to process takeaways from Wednesday nights together after Wednesday night's over. Like get on the phone, get on FaceTime with each other, pray for each other. Lots of different options you can do where you're building a biblical, godly friendship beyond just a Wednesday night. One final thought, words of Jesus from John chapter 13. This is something absolutely fundamental that Jesus said and honestly requires and asks of you. So will you read that for us? John chapter 13.
John 13, 34 to 35 says, "So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I have loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples."
I love that. So our
big, yeah.
love for one another shows Jesus to the world, right? When we love one another, when we build these deep friendships, our community grows stronger, and people who see us who don't yet know Jesus, they'll be attracted to him because of the friendships and the love that you have for one another. And so this week, let's grow these types of friendships so that Jesus can transform more and more lives.
As we break into your small groups tonight, just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, I know you guys are watching this on your TVs, but take a minute, make sure you like and subscribe to the DSM channel and the main Discovery channel while you're at it so you don't miss any of the other cool content that we post. See you next week.
Bye, guys.